So if you're looking at adding a smart lock to your smart home, you're very quickly going to find out you're going to go down a bit of a rabbit hole. There are products which are only regionally available around the world. There's products which aren't going to work with certain types of locks. And just when you think you're going to find the right kind of product, you're going to get disappointed to find out that it isn't going to fit for your kind of locking mechanism on your door. So, this is where a retrofit solution comes in, and this is what SwitchBot have gone and launched with their new Lock Pro. Hey everyone, and welcome to a new video on Bite of Geek. So yesterday I am taking a look at the SwitchBot Lock Pro. Many thanks to the team over at SwitchBot for sending me out the new Lock Pro along with the Keypad Touch and the Hub Mini as well, so I could get all this hooked up to give it a bit of a test out for you guys and give you a review of it, in my honest opinion. As always with these types of things, they've not paid me any money for this. I've just received the product to be able to test it out, and you guys get my honest opinion, warts and all, whether it's good or bad, and they get to see the video at the same time as you get to see it as well, so they have no editorial input into this. What they have done is hooked me up with a discount code for you guys. They've got a bit of an offer on this at the moment. I'll go through the pricing in a second, but they've got a bit of an offer on at the moment, and there's also a discount code in the description down below. That is an affiliate link, so if you use that, I get a few pennies back off that, and that helps support the channel. So it's a nice way, rather than something like Amazon, you can get it this way and help support the channel for more content like this. So talking about the product then, so this is a retrofit smart lock. So this is designed to go over what you currently have installed. So there's no need to rip out everything that you've already got. So basically it either goes over your existing key, or it goes over, if you've got a thumb turn, something like that, it goes over that. It's a highly compatible retrofit product. If you go on their website, just scrolling on the screen at the moment, the number of kind of like locks for Europe and the UK that it's compatible with, and America, the list is huge. Unless you've got something super obscure, I think you're going to be covered by this product. So first of all, let's have a look and see what you get in the box. So the SwitchBot Lock Pro, very nice packaging, very premium feeling. I've already had this out the box, and I went to go and pull it up by this bit of plastic here, and it came apart. So sorry about that, you don't get the full unboxing experience, but it is all nicely put together. Everything's super well packaged, all their own little individual parcels, which I'll get to in just a second. But the main lock unit is all together on one side here, so just put that to one side for a second, and just another little parcel in the bottom there. So yeah, the lock itself, all in black with this big dial on the front. Lovely, kind of not too glossy. I've got quite a harsh light on this, so it makes it look a little bit more shiny than what it is. But yeah, it's nice. Your key goes in the back there. You've got a little magnetic door on the front here. This is where you put your batteries, and that door just clicks back on. Really straightforward and simple, well thought out. So in this box here, we've got a contact sensor, so you can use that with the lock, so it knows whether it can auto lock. This is fixing kit, so you get your Allen keys and screws, and then in the final box, these are the different back plates that you've got. Basically, depending upon what your clearance is for your barrel, you will need to use one of these to go and attach to your door. It's all in the instructions. It's really straightforward, but you'll need to decide on one of these, and I think this is probably going to be for if you've got kind of like a thumb turn on your lock. There's a whole bag full of these. These will just go on instead of the thumb turn itself. They are all numbered. These are 7 and 8. SwitchBot also sent me a hub mini so that I could get the door lock set up remotely. They also sent me the Keypad Touch. So there's two versions for this. This is the one with the fingerprint reader, and we just get that open and see what we get inside. So that's the keypad. Look at that in a second. And this is probably going to be all the kind of like the mounting gear. So yeah, so we've got little cleaning wipes and stuff like that, and then we've got some batteries here at the bottom, if I can get them out. So there's a couple of batteries there. The lock itself, kind of like a all black kind of affair really. You got the fingerprint reader at the bottom there, and kind of like a rubberized feel to the buttons, but you know, your batteries, this is like a weatherproof seal on the back here, so the batteries just go inside there, doesn't, you know, particularly screw down or anything. And then you've got this metal back plate, which if you want to attach this to, say, like a wall or something like that, something a bit more secure, which I would recommend you do, then you've got that option there. There are alerts that you can set up on this, you know, if somebody tries to steal the keypad. So, you know, you can get alerted, and, you know, you get noises coming out the keypad as well. You also get an NFC card if you want to use that, so plenty of options with the keypad. You can buy NFC cards on the website if you want additional ones as well. But that's pretty much it really. It's just basically mounting kit and the keypad itself. So a quick look at specifications for the Lock Pro. In terms of dimensions, 4.7 by 2.3 by 3.3 inches. So slightly chunky unit, I would say, not massive, but then again, not super slim. So one of the big selling points for the Lock Pro is its level of compatibility with locks on the market. This is a highly compatible smart lock. You know, whether it's in America, the EU, whatever, you know, there's a huge range that it will actually cover. In terms of connectivity, well, it's Bluetooth as standard. However, you know, if you want the remote access, you know, whether that's via Wi-Fi or Matter, then you're going to need the optional hub that you can get, which supports all kinds of SwitchBot devices as well. And for integrating into your smart home, well, you've got Alexa, you've got Google, Siri, and SmartThings support there as well. In terms of battery life, well, if you're using just the 4 AA batteries, then you can get up to an impressive 270 days out of those. However, there is an optional enhanced battery pack that you can put in, which will give you up to 365 days worth of usage as well. And in terms of security, well, it's got AES 128 encryption as standard to keep everything nice and secure. Now, SwitchBot boasts 15 different ways in which you can use your smart lock. I've got them on the screen here. You know, some of them are variations of others, but basically, you know, fingerprints, widgets, Apple Watch, NFC tags, passcodes, you know, yeah, there's a whole bunch of things that you can use to gain access to your property. So when it came to installing the Lock Pro, I found out that my existing lock, if I had a key on the inside and a key on the outside, I couldn't unlock the door. Now, given that the SwitchBot Lock Pro sits on top of your key, that is potentially something I don't want to have happen. You know, in an emergency case or something like that, somebody's going to need to be able to unlock it from the outside. So I took the decision to change out my cylinder for a thumb turn one. Unfortunately, the Lock Pro kit comes with all the various fixings if you decide to have, or you go down that route, or you already have one of those in place. So all you do, you undo the grub screw on your thumb on the lock, and take that off. And then in the manual, it tells you which adapter you need according to the lock cylinder type you've gone and installed. So you pop that on, and then you put the grub screw back through that onto your original cylinder, and that holds that in place. You then choose which of the two back plates you need to install. So my lock protrudes enough for me to be able to use the one that doesn't need to use the VHB tape to stick it in place. But basically I just need to tighten up these 3 grub screws to hold it to the cylinder, and then I just pop on the actual main lock unit itself. And there's 4 screws that go in at the sides. I'll do those in a moment, but that is effectively it installed. So once you've got it physically installed, you then need to put it into the app. So you just go into the app and add a device, and you want to add the Lock Pro, give it a name, pick a room. I'm going to put it in the hallway, once you've done that, then you need to connect it to a hub if you're going to use your hub. So if you want those cloud services, so you connect it to that, and then you're then going to need to go through a calibration process. So this is so it knows where the lock and unlock positions are of your key. So you just follow the on-screen instructions. They're really, really simple. You just need to judge it just right where the positions are for your key. And it'll ask you about, if you've got a night latch lock or a one-piece lock. So some of these multi-point locking systems, you've got to use a key to go and open it when it's on, when you close the door. Some don't, so you choose the most appropriate one there. And as I say, you just continue to follow through the on-screen instructions. Now, it will then prompt you about using the contact sensor that you saw in the unboxing part of the video. I'm not using that here at this point in the video, but if you want to use that functionality, now is the time that you need to add that, probably to your door frame, just so it's within reach of the actual lock itself. And then, but if you're not using it, you can skip past that process. You can always add it in later on. And then you just test the lock unlocking and locking. So you do this with it open, just so you don't get yourself locked inside your house. But yeah, once you've done that, it's all set up. So if I just give you a quick demonstration. So as you can see, the door is locked. I've got the app in front of me, pressing the unlock button, and hopefully you can see the lock unlocking in the background. And there you go, the door is unlocked. If you're going to have the keypad, then that is a little bit more involved, because you can set up various things on there as well. So obviously you need to add the keypad, and then you need to pair that to your lock. Now, with the keypad, you can then go and set up a PIN code. So it'll give you a test PIN code just to make sure it actually works. But you can set up permanent PIN codes, you can set up temporary PIN codes and one-time PIN codes. You get an NFC card in the box. So again, you can set, you can add that on, and you can set up how you want to use that. And then finally, probably the one that I would imagine a lot of people will want to use is the fingerprint recognition. And same again, you can set up multiple ones of those as well. So pretty straightforward process. Works very much like it does when you're adding your fingerprint to your mobile phone. But yeah, once you're done, you're ready to go. You just need to install that keypad outside, somewhere within the general vicinity of the door lock. Now, I've just got mine set up outside on my front door. So obviously got the Lock Pro set up inside. I've got a keypad on the outside. So I'll give you a quick demonstration here of how straightforward this is to go and use. So as you can see, each time I'm trying this, I'm making sure the door is locked. So you can see I'm not doing any kind of magic here and smoke and mirrors. So first go, we are going to try with the code. So one thing just to remember when you're putting the code in, you've always got to press kind of like the OK button on the keypad, just to let the lock know that that is the code that you're going to use. And it's pretty quick. You can't really hear it, but when I'm stood at the door, I can just hear it turn within a couple of seconds, and it's done. Next up, we have the NFC card. And this is just like when you're paying with your credit card or something like that. Nowadays, you tap it against the terminal. You do exactly the same thing here. You just tap it against the key lock and or a keypad, and it is then unlocked. very straightforward. But as I say, I think probably the one that most people probably use is probably the fingerprint side of things. So you just hold, in this instance I am holding my thumb against the reader, and pretty instantly it's picked that up and it has unlocked it. So if I didn't want to use those, I can still use a key to get access to it. So I'm pretty much covered for what I need to do to get into the property there. When I come out of the house, I can just press the lock button on the outside and it will lock the door. So no need to get keys out. I could do if I wanted to, but I don't need to get keys out to go and lock the actual lock itself. So in terms of pros and cons, well, I'd definitely say the pros outweigh the cons here. I think right from the unboxing experience, SwitchBot have really stepped up their game with this in terms of the packaging, the build quality of the lock itself, first class. It really does feel like a quality product. Definitely getting value for money from that point of view there. I can't fault what they've gone and done with this new iteration of their lock. I think also, one of the other really great things on this is the battery life. Obviously, I've not had it in use long enough to fully test that out, but if I get 270 days from a pack of 4 AA batteries, I'll be absolutely made up with that. But I've always got the option if I want to go and get the rechargeable pack that can put in. I think it's really nice idea that they've done it so that you can charge one half of the pack whilst the other half remains in the lock. So ultimately you're not taking your lock out of action. That's really well thought through from SwitchBot. I think just kind of going back to the quality a little bit, the kind of like the jog wheel to unlock and lock on the inside of the lock, really nice and smooth. Again, giving you the options. You've got the key access from the outside, you've got the jog wheel on the inside. If you've got the keypad, you've got key codes to get into the property, something like 100 that you can go and set up. You've got your NFC card as well, and you've got your fingerprint reader. So many different options and ways to actually use the smart lock, that are kind of like far greater than some of the other locks that are on the market at the moment. And of course, you saw it in the video. The installation process is an absolute doddle. Yes, you may encounter some difficulties, depending upon what your current lock setup is, but it is so straightforward. There's no hacking away at your door, no drilling holes or stuff like that. You're just taking off effectively faceplates and fitting things in. So really straightforward. And again, it goes back to the thought that SwitchBot have put into it as a product for this iteration. And for those of you who are introducing Matter into your home, well, obviously you've got that integration there, as well as all your smart assistant ecosystems as well. So really good integration levels, whatever smart home ecosystem you use. So in terms of cons, well, it's not all rainbows and unicorns. These are just niggles, I guess. It is a pretty good product, but is it really a review if you haven't got something to have a moan about? So I guess probably the first thing is the size of the unit. If you've never fitted a retrofit lock before, it is a little bit bulky when you look at it sideways on. It's fine when you look at it front ways on because it looks quite slim that way, but from a side it looks a little bit deep. I'm not sure there's much SwitchBot can do about that now. You do have the physical size of your key to think about there, and obviously the battery pack as well. But I think what would help with this is having another color option, probably white, I would suggest. I don't know whether SwitchBot have plans to do that, but certainly in the UK, UPVC doors are quite popular, and white is probably one of the most popular colours of that door for whatever reason. My front door is a dark colour on the outside and white on the inside. So if I had a white version of this, I think it would actually just blend in a lot better. I've got chrome door furniture, and I've got this black block sticking there, so it kind of like stands out a little bit. But yeah, they can't make colours for everybody, and for some people it's probably not going to be an issue. That's just one of my niggles there. I think the other thing as well is really the lack of geofencing support. So I guess where I'm coming from here is that if you think about it, on some cars there is kind of a comfort mode. You get out the car, you got your key in the pocket, you walk away and it locks the car. It would be great to have something like that, that it knows that you've gone left. I think if you you leave and you've got the app, does everybody have to have the app kind of thing? So probably just a software thing. Obviously by using the sensor you've got the the auto close detection, auto lock detection there, but I think the geofencing could probably be a little bit better from that point of view. So in terms of price then, so it is, for the lock itself, it's £139.99, which I think is fairly reasonable for a retrofit smart door lock, except you're not going to want that. You're going to want the whole pack. SwitchBot do a bundle, and whilst the lock is probably great by itself, you're definitely going to miss out if you don't go down the bundle route. So you're going to need to add on the touch, the Keypad Touch. You can get a basic keypad, which is 50 quid, but I would probably go for the touch version because you've got more functionality there. And then if you're going to want the remote access, so smart speakers and stuff like that, you're going to need to get at least a Hub Mini, if not the Hub 2. So if you bought all of those individually, it's well over £200. SwitchBot have got a bundle price on that, which I think is £189 at the moment. I have got a affiliate link down below which gives you a bit of discount, and if you buy something through that, you're going to help the channel because I get a few pennies back off that. All that then gets fed back into the channel for the content that you're watching at the moment. But yeah, I would go for the bundle. Having used this and had this set up, the keypad is just great. I mean, that's what smart locks are about, isn't it? Being able to just go up, put your thumb or your finger against it and enter your house. Being able to set all of these things up, if you've got you want cleaners coming in, or you've got pet sitters or something like that, being able to give them temporary codes whilst you're away at work, and knowing that they can just press the lock button on their way out and your house is locked, and if they forget to do it, then you can do it remotely when you're at work. So yeah, my recommendation is that you go for the bundle. My overall recommendation is that it is a really good product. It's not perfect, and I think, yeah, out of the two things that I've mentioned kind of like as niggles, it would be the colour that would be my primary thing. But yeah, that's just my view on things. So there you go, that is the SwitchBot Lock Pro. I'd love to know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. Do you agree about the colour or not? Maybe we could get a bit of a campaign to get SwitchBot to do a white version of it. Yeah, drop it down below in the comments. But if you've enjoyed the video, then don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. It really does help build engagement on the video and ultimately the channel. So thank you for doing that if you do that. But as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.